Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes' Illuminati, the man who rules the world, takes on the head of the global elite in this all-new action-packed John Haynes series adventure. Get your copy of John Haynes' Illuminati in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. A 19-year-old San Antonio man allegedly SA'd the mother of a 2-month-old child and then allegedly sent the recording to other people. Now, according to reports, Elijah Nazirez Ramirez was arrested and charged with SA, causing bodily injury to a family member, and publishing and threatening to show intimate photos and videos without consent in connection with an incident that took place on the 3100 block of Tampico Street, where there was a report of an assault in progress. And according to reports, this 20-year-old victim allegedly wanted to see her baby. However, this Nazirez Ramirez allegedly assaulted her and said that she had to sleep on the floor. And after this woman slept on the floor, she still wanted to see her baby the next day, and that's where Ramirez told her that she would have to perform a sexual act on him while he recorded. And as he took her cell phone to record this act of SA, what happened was Ramirez then took that video and then went out here and sent it to her family and other people. And after sending this video to her family and other people, this is where the victim said that this Ramirez became upset and then began physically assaulting her once again. Now, after doing all this video that was sent to a family member, the family member then took this video and sent it to the San Antonio Police Department for evidence. And after it was sent to the San Antonio Police Department, police then came to that residence. And after they came to that residence, they then took Ramirez into custody and the victim for questioning. And after questioning the victim, what happened is Ramirez then confessed to the allegations against him after they wound up taking him into custody. Now, the police in San Antonio see this as an isolated incident, but when I take a critical examination of Elijah Nazirez Ramirez's alleged actions in this case, it definitely fits the pattern and profile for beta males that I talk about in my book, The Man Crisis. And Elijah Nazirez Ramirez definitely fits what I talk about in the chapters, the sexual frustration of the beta male and the sexual deviancy of the beta male, where these males who basically, again, want to have relationships with women because they were not taught proper male life skills or male survival skills, basically become deeply frustrated. And as they become deeply frustrated, they look to gain power over women and look to try to humiliate them in the interactions they have with them. And that's what Elijah Nazirez Ramirez was doing here in the case of this 20-year-old mother of a 2-month-old child. He basically wanted to get power over this woman by preventing her from being able to see her own 2-month-old child, and basically denied her access to her child, which was incredibly cruel, making her sleep on the floor of the residence that she was in. And after making her sleep on the floor of the residence she was in, then telling this woman who wanted to desperately see her 2-month-old child that she had to perform this sex act on him while he recorded it. Again, this was not about any sort of pleasure whatsoever. No, this was all about power and control, and it was all about looking to humiliate this woman and take away her agency over her body, take away her ability to be able to nurture and protect her child, and be able to say that this man could be a god who had power and authority over this woman. That's what this man wanted to do, while he used his penis as a weapon to go out here and violate this woman. That's what this man was looking to do in this case. He was looking to go out here and actively look to humiliate this woman, look to humiliate this mother of a 2-month-old child, look to humiliate her and again degrade her as related to her own self, and basically keep her from being with her own child. Again, this is the extremes that these beta males go to, because again, relationships for them is not about love or care for another person. It's all about them being the one who has power, and because they don't have any power in their own lives, they look for weaker people to take advantage of. And this guy, basically what he wanted to do was take advantage of this mother who again just wanted to care for her child and wanted to go out here and do this in a way that again took away her dignity, took away her agency, took away her control over her own body, and take away our ability to even access care for her own child. And that just shows the cruelty that a beta male winds up participating in with their violence towards women. This guy was a special brand of twisted, as related to these beta males who do participate in these sex crimes. And I've again made numerous videos about these type of males, but this one is a special brand of twisted. And what's even scarier to me is that this guy is only 19 years old, fitting a very disturbing pattern I'm seeing as related to males going out here and participating in sex crimes. I'm seeing the ages of these males getting younger and younger as we're seeing an increase in frequency of these type of crimes. And that really shows me that there's a real serious problem with the way we're raising boys to become men, because these males, basically again, what's happening with them is that they're becoming extremely disconnected and detached as related to having relationships with people. And instead of seeing people as people, they're seeing people as objects and tools. And as they see them as objects and tools, they believe that a person is somebody that they can go out here and abuse and feel comfortable about abusing a person. That's what's really scary about this whole situation with this 19-year-old young man, Elijah Nasirez Ramirez. If this report is true and the evidence is there, because he allegedly confessed to this crime, it's showing me that the whole pattern of these males is getting progressively worse, as we're not only seeing, again, like I repeat it once more, the increase in frequency of these type of sex crimes, but the age of these individuals getting younger and younger. That's really showing me that there's a serious problem with the sexual miseducation of these males. A lot of these males basically get their initial sexual education not from their parents because of their sexual shame, but because that they get it from either the adult entertainment of out here, or they get it from other places like online. And that miseducation has them again feeling like women are not human beings that need to be respected, but somebody they can go out here and abuse because they feel that they have power, and they want to get that power through humiliating a woman. Again, this is not about loving a woman or showing care for a woman, because a man knows that the relationship between a mother and a child is very special, and goes out of his way to protect that relationship. But with a beta male, they don't care about those relationships. No, they don't care about women at all. No, they have nothing but contempt for women, because a lot of these men have mommy issues due to possibly being raised in single mother households. And because they're raised in single mother households, a lot of these men have resentment towards their mothers because they basically had all the power in the household and had complete power over them, and they want to wait for the time where they can believe they can subconsciously get their revenge and be able to have power over a woman. And that's what happened possibly here with this Ramirez individual. Again, this guy, he not only went out here and assaulted this woman, but wanted to send a message to this woman that she would have no power or agency over herself by sending this video to everyone, including her family, sending this video to everyone, including her family. And thank God one of those family members who saw this disturbing video did send it to the police, and now this guy is basically in custody of the San Antonio police, this Elijah Naciris Ramirez, and once the guys in the county jail find out what he did, and if he's convicted of this crime that he allegedly confessed to, he's going to basically reap what he sowed as related to being humiliated when he gets in the penitentiary with Bubba, Tiny, Roscoe, Big Dave, Melvin, and Mr. Sprinkles, and they wind up turning his tight end into a wide receiver as they wind up trading him for Little Debbie snack cakes, ramen noodles, packets of Crystal Light lemonade, packets of Crystal Light tea, Keef coffee, Taster's Choice coffee, off-brand lemon lime drink, off-brand grape drink, off-brand orange drink, off-brand fruit punch, off-brand kiwi strawberry drink, off-brand cranberry drink, off-brand ginger ale, off-brand Oreo cookies, off-brand duplex cookies, off-brand vanilla wafers, off-brand ginger snaps, Hunt's snack pack puddings, beef jerky with cheddar cheese, beef jerky with mozzarella cheese, beef jerky with Monterey Jack cheese, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pies, Fritos chips, all the items of the commissary. And as they wind up trading him for these items, they're going to be stuffing this guy's front side and his back side with their big carbon rods and taping it on a contraband cell phone and live streaming it to the world on one of these websites. And then after going out here and taping themselves, going out here filling this guy up in a spit roast, what they're going to do is then after they finish uploading the video and getting a good laugh, call up Mr. Sprinkles, who will spray the special sauce all over dude's front side and backside, and then call all the guys of Cell Block D to watch his face be completely glazed with special sauce as he splits the cheeks open and shows all the guys in Cell Block D this dude's backside looking like the inside of a Louisiana crunch cake. And that's where this guy will get what he deserves for humiliating this woman. He will get the humiliation inside of the penitentiary and reap what he sowed, later than what he sowed, greater than what he sowed, because this type of male, again, is not one that is going to be seen in a good light inside of the penitentiary. But many of these beta males, they'll sit there and think, hey, I got over by humiliating this woman, not understanding that when you do stuff like this just shows how sick this guy is. And when it comes to many of these beta males who participate in sex crimes, these are some of the sickest and most depraved individuals in the man crisis. And what's really scary is that this is a growing population among men here in America and abroad, and we're getting this population growing because a lot of Americans, especially in the West, are still afraid to give their children a proper sexual education and a proper education on how to have a relationship with women. And as a result, what is happening is many of these males are going on the internet and imbibing a lot of adult content and also imbibing a lot of misinformation that teaches them to have contempt for women. And as they learn to have this contempt for women, they basically become sexual predators. And these sexual predators basically, again, terrorize people like what happened here in the case of this mother of a 2-month-old child who was traumatized by this whole situation. This is what happens when, again, you don't have any fathers in the home or men in the community to teach a boy how to be a man. You wind up creating a monster of a man who is in crisis and creates a crisis among society that makes people less safe, because these type of predators, again, are some of the most, I'll repeat it once more, some of the most dangerous men in society. And the scary part is most people don't see this guy as a threat, because a lot of times with these guys, they come across as nice guys until they can't get what they want. And that's when the monster comes out of them. And that's where people wind up in danger, like this young woman did. And again, their violence is becoming more sadistic and more cruel. And that should put everyone on pause as related to this man crisis. This man crisis is getting progressively worse, and nobody wants to acknowledge it because women don't want to be held accountable for the way we're raising boys to become men. And many men in big business don't want to change the way we work in society. And that's why we're getting these men who aren't able to function in society, and they're making life just that much dangerous for everyone out here with their dangerous and, again, disturbing behavior that becomes more disturbing every day as this man crisis goes on. And the scary part about these monsters is you don't know when they're going to strike or what they're going to do when they get out here and look to go out here and look to do harm to someone out here. Now, if you want to learn how to identify the behavior of a beta male, you can pick up my book, The Man Crisis, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find The Man Crisis at other online booksellers like Draft Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And if you want to see me make more videos talking about the man crisis going on in this country, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited, The Man Crisis. Learn why so many men are struggling to find their way in an increasingly gynocentric world in The Man Crisis. Get your copy of The Man Crisis in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.